Shabbat Shalom, and welcome to 5 Minutes of Torah with the Beth Israel Rabbi. This coming Shabbat, we read Parshat Bo. In this Torah portion, God afflicts the Egyptians with the last 3 of the 10 plagues. But before he does this, he encourages Moshe, he encourages Moses to approach the Pharaoh to ask him to free the Israelites. God says to Moses, "Yichbadati at libo," I have hardened his heart. This is an interesting choice of words here, as in other places in the Torah, the word for the hardening of hearts is other Hebrew words. But the word yichbadati, this is of course related to the word kaved, which means heavy, and also related to the word kavod, which means honor. And the idea is clear that God needs to do this to the Egyptians and to Pharaoh because Pharaoh has yet to give kavod, has yet to give honor and respect, and to understand the power of God, or even Moses, who's working on God's behalf. Moses certainly understands kavod. And he also understands that to have respect, not only for God, but for others as well, means to have humility. In fact, according to the Torah and according to Jewish tradition, Moses is the most humble person to have ever walked the face of the earth. And not only the most humble person, he's also one of the, if not the greatest leader we have ever had. And he's the greatest leader we've ever had because of his humility. And what is at the heart of his humility? We read this earlier in the book of Exodus. When God approaches Moses and asks him initially to go to the land of Egypt to free the Israelites and then to lead the Israelites out of Egypt to the land of Israel, Moses says, "I'm not your person. I can't possibly do that, for I have a speech impediment." And God says, "No, you can overcome that speech impediment. You'll have Aaron at your side, but you will be able to do this job." In fact, I would suggest that it is not despite the speech impediment, but because of the speech impediment, that Moses became the greatest leader that we've ever had, and certainly one of the greatest human beings that we've ever had. His speech impediment gave him a sense of humility and an understanding of what it means to overcome challenges. And when I think about the fact that we are in the midst of this narrative, just a couple of days ago in the United States, at the inauguration of the vice president and the president, Joe Biden is another example of someone who has a speech impediment and has had to overcome that. And certainly one of the people who stole the show per se was a young lady, Amanda Gorman, who read her own poem in an incredible fashion. And I've read that Amanda Gorman, one of the reasons that she is such a good public speaker is that she has worked so hard at her public speaking and at her words because she too has had to overcome a speech impediment. There's so much to be said for this. All of us as human beings face challenges. And I pray that we are able to learn from the President of the United States, from Amanda Gorman, and most importantly, from Moshe, that we're able to overcome our challenges and to use them as an opportunity to be better human beings. And while we do that and succeed at that, we always remember the challenges that we have faced, the need to be humble, and of course, to have kavod, respect and honor for others and God. Shabbat Shalom.